video, we're going to talk about adding charges to Property Genie. You'll go to System Settings and Charges over on the left. This brings up the charges table. You can add as many charges as you want. Property Genie comes with predefined charges already set up for you and configured. You'll just want to visit this table to make sure that everything you need is there before you start using Property Genie. You'll also want to make sure that they're set up correctly. We're just going to go through a couple of the standard ones just to give you an idea of how the system works. So if you look at rent, rent is got the box checked for show on late pay notice because you do want rent shown on late pay notices. Management fees do apply. That being said, the reason that management fees apply is so that when you collect rent from a tenant, the system will automatically calculate the management fee as you have set on that property for the owner and bring that to you as income. Management company income on rent obviously would not be checked. Is a deposit would not be checked. Inactive, if you no longer want to use the charge, you would check that box. If the charge is taxable, you would check that one. This one is checked as owner 1099 because you do want that charge type considered as owner 1099. So the system knows anytime it sees the owner get credit for that charge, it's going to include it on their 1099. Is metered. That just basically applies, say if you had, if it was an apartment building and you had metered charges, you would check this box here so that you could use the metered charges function in Property Genie. Another one we'll look at if you go up to management fee. We'll look at that one. You'll notice the only box checked there is management company income. Late fees. Look at late fees. Management fees apply to late fees, and because in this particular company setup, I have the late fee going 100% to the owner. So in that case, management fees apply so that I can get my management fee out of the late fee. So I'm giving the owner all of it, but I'm taking a little piece out of it. Leasing fee, you'll notice that's a management company income. Maintenance fees, management fees, you've got NSF fees or management, online processing. Let's see what other types you have as application fees. That one is a management company income. And you can get a feel for how this works just by looking at the charges table. One thing that gets confusing for a lot of people is pet fees, how to handle those. You'll see in this database we have a pet deposit refundable. We have a pet fee, and there's also up here a non-refundable pet fee. So what you'll have to do with the non-refundable pet fee, this is all questionable based on how you run your business. A non-refundable pet fee in this database is set up so that we reimburse the owner for that pet fee. So when we take that in, it automatically, the full amount goes to the owner. He just gets that figure, whatever we charge for it. Pet deposit refundable, that one you'll see is marked as is deposit. That way when a tenant pays for a pet deposit refundable charge, that goes in as a deposit, sits in the security deposit account in Property Genie, and then once the tenant moves out and you determine whether or not they're going to get that back, you release that deposit and either, they forfeit it or it goes back to them or they pay damages and get a portion back, whatever the case may be. Pet fee is another one where that's just a flat, in this database, it's just a flat fee. Management company income, we just charge this, period. You're going to pay for a pet fee. That's it. Let's see, you'll notice also security deposit. That one is checked as is deposit. That way we know, the system knows that when a tenant is charged that and they pay it, it goes into the security deposit bucket and is maintained on hand. Let's see if there's anything else. It's just really critical to come in here and review this section before you start working with Property Genie because it affects everything. So you review it, make any changes initially, and then I just don't recommend coming back in here and making changes later. Adding new charges is not a problem, but you run into issues where, say you have a pet fee and right now it's not marked as is deposit, and then later you decide to change your business model and mark it as is deposit. You might show pet fees for some previous tenants where you just held that fee. You didn't hold it as a deposit, you just took that fee. So it may get confusing later. It's just very important to pay close attention to this setup initially and get it right, go through it very good. And like I said, adding them later is not a problem, but when it comes to making changes and the functionality of the software is dependent on how you set things up initially. Thanks for watching another Property Genie video.